get into these 3 looks. I can't talk. Welcome to my channel. Today I have a fun video for you guys. I am gonna be reviewing the Sugarpill Capsule Collection C1, the first one. So I initially wanted this when I first saw it, before it even came out, and then it came out and I kind of just forgot about it for whatever reason, and then I saw that they're coming out with a second one here pretty soon, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go and pick it up. So instead of doing a review, since this has been out for a while, I'm going to be doing 3 looks with this palette. I am actually pretty in love with this palette already. I think the color story looks really cool. The packaging, the mirror, how it's like kind of see-through. At first I thought that this was like you could stick your fingers in here, but you can't. So if anyone thought the same thing, that is not it. But I've never tried Sugarpill before, but I am definitely loving this whole concept palette thing, and I'm excited they're coming out with a second one, and I'm wondering how many they're gonna come out with because I love this and I've heard such good things about Sugarpill that I'm really eager to try this. So this is $42. The Capsule Palette 2 is $42. It has 10 shades and one of them is a blush. So in this one, the shade Melody, the big pink one in here, you can use as a blush or an eyeshadow. I'm sure you can use it with, like, you could use that one as a blush if you wanted to, but this one is just kind of like the bigger pan, you know what I mean? So I'm going to be trying this one out as a blush. I've only put bronzer on, and I did do swatches for you guys. It isn't the best weather outside. It's kind of raining. It's definitely overcast. It's kind of cold. I have a cold, so if I sound weird, I'm sorry, but I don't know how the heck I swatch this, so I'm just gonna show you guys the swatches because there isn't like a exact order of how to swatch these, so I just kind of swatched them to what made sense to me. But upon swatching them, everything swatched pretty well. 2 of the shimmer shades were just a little bit flaky, and 3 of the matte shades were a little bit hard to build up. So the 2 shades that were a little bit flaky is Ember and Dream State, these 2 shades, and then the matte shade that I had to go over 2 times was the Dark Blue Slow Dive, the Purple Undone, and Melody, the blush. But I kind of figured, since maybe it's formulated a little bit different. But if you guys aren't familiar with Sugarpill, it does say on the packaging that they're cruelty-free, paraben-free, and gluten-free. I don't know why I've never tried Sugarpill. I've always wanted to try freaking Sugarpill. But this is the packaging that it came in. It has a big C1 on the back there. I'm not really a big fan of this packaging, but I can easily recycle this, so I'm just gonna toss it. And I kind of like this packaging, to be honest. Let me find something that everybody knows what it looks like. So here's an Anastasia palette next to it. It's, I mean, about the same size as an Anastasia palette. It's a little bit thinner. It is a bit rounded and flat on one side. I don't know, I just think the packaging is so cool. And then upon going into Ulta and picking this up, I did pick up another Sugarpill palette. I don't know if you guys would like a video on this, but I saw Lee on YouTube use this. This is a Sugarpill mini color palette, and for some reason it didn't really connect in my brain that the palette she was using was Sugarpill. And when I saw her using it, I was like, that palette doesn't really look that exciting. Like, got the holographic on there. I feel like they're trying to make it look like more exciting than it is. But when she put it on her eyes, I was like, oh, okay, yes. So when I saw this palette next to this palette, I was like, you know what, might as well try it. So if you guys want a video on this one as well, maybe I'll do like a get ready with me with this one. I don't really know, but let's get into these 3 looks with this Capsule palette. I'm gonna prime my eyes with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow primer. gonna put my hair back and we're gonna get into this first look. All right, we are getting into this palette. I think I wanna do something a little pinky to start off with, just because, you know, I got the pink hair, pink palette, everything's really pinky right now. So I'm gonna start off with the shade Glory. So I didn't have any problems with this shade. Swatching it, okay. That's a pretty shade. It's kind of like a muted pink, kind of on the verge of like mauve-y. I've always heard such great things about Sugarpill. I don't think I've really heard anything negative that I can think of off the top of my head. But I feel like whenever I think of Sugarpill, I think of everybody suggesting the yellow single pan eyeshadow. All right, the next shade I want to go into is this kind of like periwinkle color. It's called Baby Doll. And with this shade, I want to stick it right into the front of my brow. Oh, that shade is got a pop to it. Yes, so far the pigmentation and blendability of these two eyeshadows that I've tried are pretty good. I didn't have any problems with this shade swatching it either. Does anybody else have a cold right now? I don't know what the heck happened. It was like some good weather, and then I kind of felt like the allergies were coming, and then mowed the lawn, did a bunch of outdoor stuff, and now it's like turning into like head cold. I'm over it. So now I'm gonna take the shade Melody, the blush shade. This shade I had a little bit of problem with. I'm gonna start off over here. Oh no, that shows up pretty nicely on the lid. Ooh, I'm glad I used this as an eyeshadow before a blush. This is kind of more pigmented than I thought it would be. I probably shouldn't be doing makeup today, but I really wanted to. I don't know why, even though I don't feel 100%, I really just wanted to put makeup on today. And Cash, if you guys don't know, is my new family addition, my little baby puppy. He is getting fixed today, and so I need something to kind of take my mind off of it. And then I'm gonna go back in with that first shade. Just go back over the crease. And then I'm gonna take the dark purple, Undone. I'm gonna put this in my outer corner as well. Ooh, that is a pretty purple shade. Then I'm just gonna switch brushes. Still taking that same shade, except I'm gonna blend it into the crease a little bit more with a smaller blending brush. I don't know why I do that. Sometimes when I edit, like, I feel like I'm trying so hard to think of what I'm saying that I just kind of like blurt it out. I'm like, why the heck do I do that? And then I'm just gonna go back in with the other shades that I used and just start blending everything out. So taking Melody. All right, now let's try out these shimmers. I'm gonna take the shade Dream State, and I think I'm gonna wet it because it is picking up a bit chunky on the brush. But I mean, like, who doesn't wet their eyeshadows nowadays? Ooh. All right, I think I made up my mind on what I want to do with my lower lash line. So I'm gonna take Undone, that dark purple. I'm gonna put it under my lower lash line, about 2/3 of the way in. And then I'm gonna take Baby Doll, that kind of periwinkle color. I thought it'd be kind of uncomfortable to hold it like this, but it actually feels pretty normal. And then I'm gonna put this under the front part of my lower lash line. Look at that freaking periwinkle color. Oh my gosh, that is so pigmented. And then to highlight, I'm gonna take Supernova, like a iridescent purpley shade. Oh wow, that was so much more pigmented than I thought. Okay, that's a pretty cool shimmer. Okay, all right, and while I got you guys zoomed in, I'm gonna try out the shade Melody as a blush. Tap it off. Oh, okay. A little bit goes a long way, let me tell you. And then I think I'm gonna use the other shade that I used to highlight my inner corner as a regular highlight, the shade Supernova. I'm gonna take it on my regular highlighting brush. Whoa, I was not expecting that. Okay. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa. A pop-in highlight of purple. Alright, I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup up and I'll show you guys the finished look. Alright, and this is the finished first look. I used a Fenty eyeliner in the shade Chrome Wrecker in my waterline. I thought that like nice, like whitish pop would look really cool with those softer like pinky purple colors. And then for my lips, I used a Popsicle lipstick in Alpha Doll because it's like that pastel-y purple. But I love this look. I think it looks really cool with my hair. I feel really girly. Highlight actually looks pretty cool. It's growing on me now. And then one last up close look of everything. It's really hard to tell, but this has like a little bit of like a pinky shift to it. It's not too noticeable in person, but it's like a champagne-y, purpley pink reflect. But that is it for the first look. Now let's get into the second look. All right, jumping in to the second look, I'm gonna start off with the shade Melody, and I'm gonna put it up into my crease, blending it even in front of like my eyebrow here. Now I really want to take the blue. It's called Slow Dive. This one swatched a little funny, but dang. Okay, hello blue. It has a little bit of fallout, but it is pigmented. Holy cow. So this shade did get a bit patchy upon blending it, and it did have a bit of fallout, but I should be able to fix that. And then I'm just gonna take the blue on a shadow brush and just pack it on. Hopefully it won't get patchy again. And then I'm gonna go back in with Melody and kind of blend that pink and blue together a little bit more. And then I'm gonna take the green called Radiate. I really want to blend this under my lower lash line. This shade is a little bit more sheer than what I was expecting compared to the other shades. And then I'm gonna go back in with that blue and I'm gonna put it right up against my lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take the shade Ember and I'm gonna try it out with my finger because this shade seems to have a similar formula as that other shade that I used on my lid. What is it called? Dream State. And I'm just gonna press it all over my lid. It is a bit flaky on my lid. We're gonna try it with a wet brush. Even with it being wet, there's still a bunch of fallout and it's still, I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's not like smooth. It's very crumbly. I mean, the shade itself is really pretty. I'm just not that happy with the formula. And then I'm gonna take the blue again. I kind of like how this side's a little bit more diagonal. The amount of fallout that I can feel on my face. And then I'm gonna highlight with Dream State. You can even see in the pans how like crumbly this formula is. I don't know if all their shimmers are like that or if it's just this palette or I don't know. I mean, you can get it to work. It's just I'd probably recommend doing your eyes before your foundation. And then I think I'm gonna put a little bit of that same inner corner highlight on my brow bone. All right, and I'm gonna finish the rest of my makeup up. All right, and this is the finished second look. I like how it turned out. I like how the colors mixed together. I topped off this look with the Fenty Popsicle in Tropic Tantrum. I thought the hot pink would help bring out some more of that pink that's in my crease, but As far as the blue and the shimmer, let me zoom you guys in. The shimmer is just a bit flaky. I would definitely suggest using it wet. The blue hasn't gotten patchy since I packed it onto my lid with an eyeshadow brush. I wish the shimmers were a little bit more creamy, but they're manageable. So this is the end of the second look. Now let's get into the third look. Last look. I am gonna start off with Radiate, the nice green shade, and I'm just gonna go and blend this into my crease, and then I'm gonna take the shade Glory and I'm gonna put this in my outer corner and also putting it into my crease here, and then I'm gonna take that green, put it under my lower lash line. One thing that I feel like I've noticed with these shades is that the more I dip into them, the more pigmented they seem. I don't know if I'm just going crazy or what, but I dig into them, the less I have to really work at building up the shades. And then I'm gonna take the shade Undone, that purple, and I'm gonna pack this onto my lid. And then I'm gonna mix the purple and that lighter mauve-y pink shade and blend the edges of the purple. So the purple did get a bit patchy like the blue did, and then I'm gonna take that same darker purple and put it up against my lower lash line. I love Beetlejuice colors, so I'm just gonna go back in with that purple and just go back over my lid, help with that patchiness a bit, and then I'm gonna change it up just a little bit. I'm gonna take the shade Cloud 9. This one's a bit flaky like the other ones, but I'm gonna highlight my inner corner with that. All right, and this is the finished third look. I used the Jeffree Star lip gloss in Lord Star. Top this look off. So my final thoughts on this palette, I do think it's cute. I like the idea. The shimmers are just not my favorites. They are manageable, not with your finger. I think a wet brush works the best with these shimmers. This shimmer is probably my favorite. It's practically like neon depending on where you put it. These three shimmers are pretty flaky, as you can see in the pans. Some of the matte shades did have a bit of kickback. The blue, the purple, and the green have a bit of kickback that you can see in here. That's one thing that worries me, is with this like clear packaging. It is gonna get pretty dirty. I mean, I've used it 3 times and it's pretty dirty around where the green is, where the blue is, where the shimmers are. It's gotten in this like in the crease here. I did use Dream State as a highlight for this look, and I do like how it looks as a highlight more than I do as a shimmer all over my lid. I am going to keep playing with this palette. I do like the color story of this palette. The price I think is okay for this palette, $42. It is a little bit on the higher side in my opinion, but the actual like quality of the palette is good. The shimmers I'm just not that happy with. The mattes I do like as far as like pigment, blending, all of that stuff. So let me know which of the 3 looks you like the best. Let me know if you picked up this palette or if you have ever tried Sugarpill. And also let me know if you'd like a video with this little cute palette. I love this palette. It's so cute. It's got the little cat on it. So let me know about those. I'm super excited to get the Capsule 2 palette. Has a little bit more burgundies in there, so I'm excited to compare the 2 and see how I like them. But that is it for this video today. If you guys haven't checked out Skincare Sunday video, I'll have that video right over here for you guys. I use this new Boscia Hydration Serum and been loving it. And then over here will be a suggested video by YouTube, and my face will be right here. We click on it and subscribe to my channel.